everybody. Fourth recording ever. Now, here we go, and here are the 7 triggers for RedStone. The lever, the wooden pressure plate, the stone pressure plate, the wood button, the stone button, the redstone torch, and the redstone block. We will be explaining these throughout. You can guess how the lever works. Yay. So you don't need to text that.
Well, you were talking, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so me and Jacob, J-1 Spooky Store, that's me, we will be going over different things about Redstone, and we've called it Redstone for Dummies, for all of you who want to learn about different things about Redstone.
Okay, so here's what the lever does, since I've already talked about what each of them does. I've already said what they are. And, okay, so here's how you activate the lever. Just right-click on it, and you'll pull it, and Redstone activates. That simple. This, you can throw an item onto or step onto it. So, and I'll give a demonstration of both of those. Okay, and this, you cannot throw an item onto, but you can step on it.
These are the wooden and the stone pressure plates. The wooden one, obviously, like you just said, you can throw an item and stand on it, and it'll be triggered. These are the wooden button and the stone button. The wooden button
can be activated by shooting an arrow at it, or just pressing it.
So the wooden button is basically identical to the stone button, but it can be activated by shooting an arrow at it, as you can see.
Or just pushing it. And the stone button cannot, and it's basically just pushing it down. So
yeah.
That. And this is the redstone torch. It just always activates. There's ways to turn it off, and this is always activated, and there's no way to turn it off.
But the redstone torch, you can turn it off by triggering it with by activating the block it's attached to. Like it might be attached to the side of the block.
We're going to be showing this
outright with a lever,
mobs
like this.
Turn mob spawn off. We don't want too many mobs here.
Oh, sorry. Game rule.
Sorry about this commanding.
Okay, so this is the redstone.
Turn it to peaceful.
It is super simple. No matter what, it applies a redstone pulse going in a direction. Okay, so the next thing
I don't know if it goes forever. I don't think I've tested that.
The redstone current limits. The redstone current
limit is, I think, either 8 or 12.
Here, the redstone current can go a limited amount of blocks. So, I believe it is about 10 or 8.
It's either 10, 8, or 12.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A redstone current can go 15 blocks before running out, but that's basically where the repeater comes in. The repeater...
If you place a repeater, let me show this. If you place a repeater, right there, boom, it restarts the redstone clock, and it keeps going.
And the old way you used to do a repeater is here. Let me show that.
The old way before they started repeaters.
Here,
as you showed them.
No, dude, let me say this. The old way you used to do a repeater is you would set a redstone torch that would always be off. That would always be off. So there would be a redstone torch like this that would always be off. But now, since it's being triggered, it's this redstone torch, as you saw in the last redstone torch demonstration over there. It gets triggered off by the redstone signal that goes into the torch's block, going over here and into the redstone torch right here, and making it so it restarts. That's how people used to do redstone repeaters.
Yeah, that's how they used to do it, but now you can just use this. It's much easier.
It's much easier.
Okay, and now I'll be explaining the daylight sensor.
Wait, no, not just yet.
Or actually, I guess I'll leave that for a little bit.
You missed a part of repeaters. Okay, another thing repeaters can do is you can set different ticks. And ticks are different amounts of times measured by 10 milliseconds. So each little setting that goes down from a redstone repeater is about 1/10 of a second. So if you take this, align these. Also, it takes time for a redstone repeater to get to the next one. So usually, to create a full second repeater, it's about 3 repeaters.
Okay.
And repeaters can be at 4 different ticks: 0, 1, 2, and 3. And using this, people can make time things using, for example, a redstone lamp getting triggered in order of the redstone repeaters. You didn't really notice something right there but you can notice it when it's going off. You might see.
Yeah.
But
okay.
So
next, an always day. Okay, an always dayinator. This is the most simple machine you could ever make. Okay,
wait,
redstone, and then redstone torch. Wait, what?
Sorry, I'm destroying this, but we have to explain the daylight sensor first.
Oh yeah, we have to. Okay, here's the daylight sensor. What it does is when it's daytime, it just gives off a redstone current. That's basically it.
And let's see, it should release a 15 block current, I believe.
Just like everything else.
Yeah, and
also, yeah, that's just basically it.
Yeah, that's basically it. But one thing when using a daylight sensor is you can
make an always day maker.
Make an inverter and wait. We should explain.
I'm gonna make an always dayinator.
Can we explain command blocks first?
Oh yeah. We need to do that as well.
Okay, so
command blocks is just you apply power to it and it does the command like time set 0 maybe, and when command set time set 0, and I guess you put a lever there and then boom. Time set 0, boom, time set 0.
Okay, so this is where our next creation comes into hand. This is
an always dayinator. Let me make it. Okay, and then redstone here. And as we explained a few minutes ago, I'm pretty sure we explained this. Apply power to that. It turns off, and then you put that there, and then you put command block, and then on the command block, time set 0. So it's an always dayinator. Because set it to night.
Okay, so the way this works is since this daylight sensor is reversed by since this daylight sensor is being reversed, it will be powered at night, since that's when this redstone torch isn't being activated and this isn't on. So that would mean that once it's nighttime, this redstone torch would turn on, triggering this command block, setting it to time set 0, which is daytime, and making it so this goes back on because it's daytime.
Yep.
Okay, so what else?
I guess we'll explain the hopper now. Okay, this is basically all it is. Just throw an item in it absorbs it. So,
okay, so
that's basically all it is.
Let me get a little bit more into detail with the hopper.
Yeah.
The hopper is can you get out of the way? Okay, the hopper is a block that it can be powered by redstone to trigger it on and off, but
and also you can throw something in there. It's like, oh, where'd it go? Into the chest.
Okay, so
cool.
The hopper here, kid. Let me explain this, please. The hopper, it can be triggered by redstone to turn it off. So let's say you throw items in. Right now, since it's not being triggered, it will absorb. But when you turn it on, I believe it'll be. Yeah, it won't work. It'll just
bouncy. That's what.
That's kind of why they call it the hopper. It hops around. So when it's
I'm just dumping. It doesn't actually do this.
When it's triggered by redstone, it will not absorb items, right?
Bouncy.
Usually with a hopper that doesn't have anything below it, it'll just keep the thing in its own little storage area. And when there's a container like a chest or a dispenser, it would insert that item into the chest. So lots of people have used this to make like chicken farms or even mob grinders.
Okay, here is a good way to make a really good mob grinder. So I'm just gonna make it right here. Here's my. Sorry, my brother's coming into the room. Let's see here. Chest. It's getting a chest out. Let's see here. I don't need the lever. Okay, so the chest, and
So basically,
it's like you make your way to get to the chest, and I'm just gonna use the. For example, if like a zombie dies in your mob grinder, whoop, and then you could just come down here. Oh, thanks.
Guy, and then it drops a bunch of chests for some reasons, and now it's going into the chest below. Okay,
Yep.
So now let's explain the dispenser and the dropper. Let me take the dropper and the dispenser. Okay, the dispenser and the dropper are two. The dispenser has been around for quite a long time. The dropper's like kind of its newborn cousin. Okay, so basically what I'm saying here, the dropper was just added into Minecraft in this new update 1.5. And in 1.5, dispensers used to be able to dispense arrows and splash potions, but it would, instead of dropping them, like, instead of, oops, I dropped
dropping them, it would throw them. Or
yeah, it would
shoot
throw them out and activate it. But now with the dropper, when it is activated, instead of launching it, the dropper drops things. And now using that, since it's much more safe, they have put the dispenser into use by making it so it can dispense bone meal, fire, TNT, and lots of other stuff now that they've added the dropper and they can take advantage of it.
That was close. Drop some TNT into that pit.
Yeah. So now people can make, for example, custom TNT cannons by dropping armed TNT. Okay, so that was a demonstration of those. So now
that's basically the basics. Okay, piston time. It's a piston time. Basically, it just pushes and pulls.
So, pushes
and pulls. That's it. Pushes and pulls.
Okay, so
only sticky pistons can pull.
Let me give a brief description of the piston because I use pistons all the time.
I do too.
So pistons.
I use pistons probably more than you do, but whatever. Piston. Okay, here's the normal piston and the sticky piston.
Wait, dude.
Let me see. Stop. Let me show them. Okay. So here's the normal piston, and here's this. What are you doing? Are you trying to destroy?
I'm setting up this demonstration of. Dude, just let me do this.
Okay. Here's the normal piston. It pushes stuff, but it can't pull it back. Here is a sticky piston. It can push stuff and pull it back.
Okay, now one thing pistons can't do is they can only retract one block, meaning they can push multiple blocks, but they can't bring back both of them. They only bring back two. So that means that, well, sorry all of you Redstoners, these dumb pistons will not be doing anything like that soon. So sticky pistons, they will only pull back one block. They can't pull back multiple blocks.
And it's possible to make like werewolf machines that activate at night. I'm gonna go disable the.
Okay, so this is
daylight maker. Actually, I want.
These are two new redstone triggers added in 1.5. I'll explain them. So this is a weighted pressure plate, but it's light. Weighted pressure plates can trigger things depending on the weight. So this is a light-weighted pressure plate, meaning it'll trigger it with a light amount of things on it. But this is a heavy pressure plate. This will trigger when there's lots of weight on it, and it'll trigger the redstone signal depending on how much weight there is. And since redstone won't work, let's try like an iron block. This would I guess not, but it'll release a certain redstone signal depending on how much the weight is. That's basically how the weighted pressure plate works. So you'll notice with only a little bit of items on, it only
does
does
one.
a 1 block radius.
And this one with like 5
Now
items does
2 stacks.
2. And
It'll do two blocks, and let's see. Let's just plop a bunch of stuff on. So you see, it
I don't
just
see
triggers.
the point of that, but you know.
Okay.
What else is there to explain? The
Let's see.
redstone lamp. This is it. It's just basically turn it on, turn it off. Goodbye. Goodbye, redstone lamp.
Okay, the next thing we'll be going over I would say,
No block.
no
Easy.
block. Yes,
no block easy. You can in creative mode. You can right click it to adjust what note it does.
And then once it's triggered, it'll release that sound.
Yep, and and you can just make like let's make a redstone clock.
And also, depending on what block the note block is on, like let's say it is on wood, it sounds horrible. So it'll make the scratchy sounding sound. Like, see, it just makes that sound. And let's say it's on something like stone. You can take it, it'll sound bad. It'll just sound like some kind of tappy thing. Okay, so the next thing we'll be going over. Sorry about my mom. Okay, so the next thing we'll be going over, I guess, would be redstone gates using redstone torches. And this is something kind of advanced, but I guess
this is relatively advanced. Here's just an example, piston, block, lever. Say you want to get into your secretive house. No, wait. So it's there and you want to get into your secretive house.
Dude,
wait, give me a second. And then you close. Wait. You're
messing
it up. And then you pull it back and then you're in.
Dude, I didn't mean gates like that. I meant redstone gates using redstone torches. Let me show you. So redstone gates, I know Jacob confused it. Some of you may have.
It's the same. This is actually officially called the redstone gate. He's probably just getting confused.
Redstone torch gates can be used for something. This is called, I believe, a NOT gate. It's just like an inverting. This is called the NOT gates. It's an inverter that makes it so something would be on, and once you turn it off, it's off. So this is just an example of using the triggerable redstone torch idea.
Yep. Okay.
One of my favorite techniques for this is the XOR gates. This is kind of this is a little bit hard to remember, but I'll go over it. So as you probably know, redstone. Okay, so as you probably know, levers can only trigger one thing, and they can't turn it off from another side, right? But this is an example of something that will turn off another redstone signal using 2 levers. So this can be made by aligning redstone torches like this, leading to redstone torches like this, with one output, and this will allow you to turn it on and off from 2 different levers.
Yep. You used to be able to do this in a way that's not super complicated, and you could just put 2 levers
and XOR gates. So Mr. XOR gate will just sit there. Okay, so the next gate we'll be going over is I believe this is called. Okay, I forget what this is called.
They have to be they just have to. It's stupid. It's just they have to be.
So the next thing.
At least one has to be on. So.
Is an automatic redstone pulse updater. This will make it so. And
then put a button.
Here. Okay, so this will make it so something can update according to according to how this is triggered. So since this was just triggered, turn this off, and turn this on, it can't be triggered again. But if you were to trigger this part from another location, it would trigger this, turning it off, and turning this on. So that is how...
I really don't see the point in how you could use that one. My foot has just gone numb, and I think that's a long enough video. Yeah, we've done a lot in this video. Comprehend what we said. If you didn't understand, rewatch the video. Goodbye.